The main point of contention was the algorithm. So clearly, there is a decoupling of that versus the app. And, in terms of the ownership, Oracle was the most likely sort of candidate when it comes to leading this joint venture. And that turned out to be the case. So from that perspective, I do think this should be palatable to both the U.S. and the Chinese government.
Although we don't know if the Chinese regulators will definitely approve it, right? They have yet to say whether they'll approve this transaction.
I mean, we have seen that many times. A lot can go wrong, but in this case, at least, the joint venture that was formed here had the blessing of the U.S. government. So it sounds like, this was the intended proposal, and that's how it turned out to be in terms of ByteDance, agreeing to sell the app to this joint venture.
What I like about this is it includes Silver Lake. And for my money, but based upon my career, the smartest technology PE money out there by far is Silver Lake. Some really smart folks there. So if they're involved, it's got to be a good deal. That's how I look at it. Mandeep, talk to us about what the competitors are thinking here. Is TikTok still as formidable going forward, do you think, as it has been?
Not really. I mean, if you look at the run rate of Instagram Reels, they have surpassed $50 billion in run rate. That would have been unimaginable given the kind of lead TikTok had over Instagram, and Instagram Reels came from behind, and now they have a $50 billion run rate. Same thing with YouTube Shorts. They have an engagement share that's almost surpassed TikTok at this point of time. So clearly, the last couple of years, TikTok seems to have lost steam when it comes to the pace at which they were adding users and the engagement growth, et cetera. And if I had to ballpark, the US revenue of TikTok would not be, over 12 to $15 billion. So Reels being at $50 billion just goes to show what kind of a missed opportunity that was for TikTok.
Interesting. So what does this mean for Meta, which owns Instagram and Reels, and of course and is now firmly in the lead and is no longer playing catch up to TikTok?
I mean, a lot of this, revenue ramp up for Reels was driven by the fact that, Facebook or Meta had a better ad stack, and they kept, improving that with more personalization. Now with applying generative AI on top of that, that has helped them with ad pricing. So these are incremental things where TikTok, couldn't even keep its algorithm. So the fact that, they have to redo the algorithm, redo the ad part, the personalization part, is likely the reason why their ad revenue hasn't ramped up. And it's going to take them a while, even if, this joint venture would start putting money into the company to, improve its algorithm and personalization. I don't think it's going to happen that quickly in terms of where they were, 2-3 years back.
Should we expect this new joint venture to maybe go public at some point?
Still early days, I would say, given the algorithm change is a big one. I mean, you have to, even though, users are used to coming to the app, you have the traffic, but we know in the world of AI, it's about personalization. It's about that recommendation system, and rewriting the algorithm. I do think it's going to take a while, and it comes down to, what kind of talent they can attract into this new entity. So a lot has to go right before, we can look at this joint venture going public anytime soon.